Good afternoon, I'm Denise Tan, and this is One News Now. Cheers and jeers greeted Arnie Teves' expulsion from Congress. Yesterday, at least 265 House members voted to oust Teves for abandonment of office. 3 lawmakers from the Makabayan bloc abstained from voting. It was the House Ethics Committee that recommended Teves' expulsion as Negros Oriental representative as a result of his prolonged absence. Before the expulsion, Teves was suspended twice for 60 days each. He is facing multiple charges over the killing of Governor Roel Degamo this year and 3 others back in 2019. The late Negros Oriental official's widow, Mayor Janice Degamo, welcomed the House's move.
Dapat lang talagang makikita mo naman the actuations this man has, how he have insulted not just the governor he murdered along with the others. Yung kaniyang paninira, it's really something very unethical. That's why Congress just did the right thing.
Meantime, Teves' lawyer Ferdinand Topacio called the ouster proceedings as a kangaroo court as the House supposedly acted as both accuser and judge. He added that Teves and his lawyers were not even given the chance to participate in the secret hearings. 2 Quezon City courts have reportedly dismissed 2 cases against detained broadcaster Jay Sonza. Let's get an update from BJMP spokesperson J-Rex Joseph Bustinera. Magandang hapon po, Chief Inspector Bustinera.
Yes, magandang hapon po at sa mga nakikinig at sumusubaybay.
Sir, unang-una po, confirmation lang po dun sa report na na-dismiss na raw ang 2 kaso ni Mr. Jay Sonza. Ano-ano nga po ba yung mga kasong ito at ano-ano pong korte yung mga na-dismiss?
Yes, it is confirmed po. From RTC Branch 215, illegal recruitment, provisionally dismissed. And another from RTC Branch 100, syndicated large-scale illegal recruitment, provisionally dismissed din po.
Sir, clarify ko lang ulit, anong korte po yung nag-dismiss?
RTC Branch 215 and RTC Branch 100.
At kailan po na-dismiss ang mga kasong ito?
Ito pong sa RTC Branch 100, ngayong araw lang din po, August 17. And then yung RTC Branch 215, we are furnished the copy today, pero August 8 pa po.
Sir, sa mga reports din po, sinasabing provisionally dismissed ang estafa case against Mr. Sonza. Verifying pa rin po ba kayo rito?
Inaalam pa rin po ng BJMP yan. Actually, nagpadala na po kami ng tao para i-verify po. Kasi wala pong nakalagay na dismiss din yung estafa doon sa documents na hawak po namin.
Sir, ano pa po yung mga kaso na vini-verify nyo sa ngayon?
Opo, sa ngayon po, sa pagbe-verify natin, may nakita po tayong isang libel case under RTC 77. So ito po yung bagong kaso. And then may commitment order na rin po ulit para in custody pa rin siya.
Sir, since na-mention nyo na nga yung commitment order at saka yung libel case, ito daw po ay isa pang galing sa isang korte ng QC. Sino po yung nag-file nito at saka magkano naman po yung bail para dito?
Sa ngayon po, wala po kaming information kung sino po ang nag-file, and sa bail naman po, mayroon pong piyansang 10,000 piso.
Panghuling katanungan na lang po, Chief Inspector, nasaan po ngayon si Mr. Jay Sonza at kamusta naman po ang kalagayan niya?
Sa ngayon po, nasa custody pa rin po ng BJMP, Quezon City Jail Quarantine Facility. At maayos naman po at okay naman po ang kanyang kalagayan doon.
Alright, maraming salamat po, Chief Inspector Bustinera. Again, that was BJMP spokesperson J-Rex Joseph Bustinera. They're giving us an update on the cases of detained broadcaster Jay Sonza. Time to take a quick break. One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Makati City Mayor Abby Binay insisted that Taguig can't take over disputed properties yet without a writ of execution. Binay reiterated it should be the Department of Interior and Local Government implementing the Supreme Court's order and not Taguig. Recall that back in April, the High Tribunal ruled that Taguig owns Makati's 6 barangays, including Bonifacio Global City. Since then, Binay and Taguig Mayor Lani Cayetano have engaged in a word war, particularly on jurisdiction over schools and other facilities in contested areas.
Allowing them entry does not mean that I am relinquishing ownership to the properties. Until there is no writ of execution, then the services will continue. Kung mag-transition na, meaning ilipat na yung ibang school sa Taguig, ay magkaroon, kasi we're asking that 3 schools be kept under DepEd Makati. So talang Makati, we will still be able to provide, we can allocate a charity ward for those living in Embos, pero hindi na yung kagaya natin na lahat mabibigyan.
Meanwhile, Binay also thanked Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte for supposedly taking over the management of 14 disputed schools in the Makati-Taguig area. The Makati mayor said that the decision will ease the, quote, worries and concerns of residents. Duterte has yet to make an official statement on the matter. News from overseas. U.S. President Joe Biden will visit Hawaii following the wildfires in the island that have killed almost 100 people. The details in this video from the Associated Press.
Let me address that devastating wildfires, some of which are still burning in Hawaii. They've claimed the lives of 99 people so far, and they haven't cleaned things up yet. The deadliest wildfire in more than 100 years. A whole city destroyed. Generations of native Hawaiian history turned into ruin. I've spoken to Governor Josh Green multiple times and reassured him the state will have everything it needs from the federal government. I immediately approved the governor's request for expedited major disaster declaration. That's a fancy word of saying whatever you need, you're going to get. And that'll get aid into the hands of people who desperately need it, who have lost their loved ones, who have lost their homes, their livelihoods, who have been damaged and destroyed. And think about this. All that area they got to plow up, they can't do it now because they don't know how many bodies are there. They don't know what's left. Imagine being a mom or dad, wondering where your child is. Imagine being a husband or wife, a mother or father. It's really tough stuff. My wife Jill and I are going to travel to Hawaii as soon as we can. That's what I've been talking to the governor about. I don't want to get in the way. I've been to too many disaster areas, but I want to go make sure we got everything they need. I want to be sure we don't disrupt the ongoing recovery efforts. In the meantime, you always hear this phrase, and I've done so many disasters in my career, it's almost hollow. Our prayers, our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Hawaii, but not just our prayers. Every asset they need, we'll be there for them. And we'll be there in Maui as long as it takes. As long as it takes. And I mean that sincerely. We're going to have more to report on this.
Back here at home, we give you a quick look at today's other top stories. A House committee has approved a revised bill seeking to reform the Military and Uniformed Personnel or MUP pension system. This includes the creation of distinct pension funds, one for the armed forces and another for other civilian uniformed personnel. The funds will be supported by MUP contributions, augmented by the proceeds from asset sales or leases. This also includes a standardized retirement age of 57 or upon completion of 30 years of service. It provides for periodic pension benefit reviews as well as an up to 1.5% potential annual increases. The LRT Line 1 will be suspended will suspend their operations for half a day on Sunday, August 20. All trips in the train will be suspended from 4:30 a.m. until 11:59 a.m. The suspension will give way for the upgrades of the LRT-1 signaling system as part of the LRT Cavite Extension Project. There will be no changes in the schedule of trips once operations resume at 12 noon. Travelers passengers may need to shell out more money for the airline tickets by next month. The Civil Aeronautics Board said airfares will increase in September due to fuel surcharge. From level 4 this August, it has been raised to level 6. This means that for domestic tickets, passengers can expect an additional fee of 185 to 665 pesos and from 600 up to 4,500 pesos for international flights. Shifting now to sports, Gilas head coach Chot Reyes admits it will be hard to cut down the current pool. It is for the final roster of the FIBA World Cup. Reyes says this will be a heavy decision given the players had been eagerly training for the past couple of months. National team coaches will meet next week to form the final Gilas 12. This means 4 players will be cut from the 16-man pool that had just managed to come together in a training day the other day. Gilas has until August 23 to form the final 12-man roster for the Worlds. But before that, they will play in a series of tune-up games beginning tomorrow. Again, the FIBA World Cup starts on August 25. Support Gilas, support Team Pilipinas, watch and buy tickets to the biggest sports event of the year. Let us all root for our team. One News Now will be back at 3:15 later for more stories. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.